Hey everybody, welcome to the Sky Lounge, and this is Sky High, episode number 26, boys and girls. Now, before we get on with NFL action, recapping week 9, going over all the games, gotta talk about some other sports ball action. Now, in the world of soccer, football, Bayern Munich fire manager Niko Kovac after an embarrassing 5-1 loss against Eintracht Frankfurt. And the reason why I mentioned this bit of news is I feel like it's a big warning sign to all other football leagues. Like, hey, mediocre managers, guess what? If you don't perform, we're just going to oust you. And I think Bayern Munich doing this is the fucking beacon for all other European clubs to give the green light to axe and fire really mediocre managers. I'm looking at Arsenal. Sorry, Unai. I holy crap. Just mediocre as all hell. And you think this is somehow going to get us to top 5 in the Premier League? And speaking of the Premier League, boys and girls, a player by the name of Andre Gomes, player for Everton Football Club, goes down with an injury yesterday. A bit of a nasty dislocated ankle. A foul by Son Heung-min, player from Tottenham Hotspur. Of course, boys and girls, I'm an Arsenal fan. I do not like Tottenham, but this is kind of an unfortunate circumstance where it looked like Son Heung-min just wrong place, wrong time kind of thing, goes in for the tackle, and it's just a gruesome injury for Andre Gomes. And you can see how distraught Son Heung-min was. And, you get the red card for Son Heung-min, which, all right, I get it. But, man, at first hand, you're looking at the English FA and thinking, really? Like, you're doing that? Okay. Not really, questioning the logic of the English FA, because Lord forbid they got any fucking logic in there. It's the English FA. They're going to continually get worse before there are riots and pitchforks. Okay? VAR, phantom calls, non-calls. I mean, the English FA and the refereeing, they have it all. They have all the levels of incompetence from top to bottom. It's everywhere. So don't expect anything from them. But what I am hoping and expecting is for Andre Gomes to get better. Speedy recovery to the lad. You don't like things like this to happen in any sports. I mean, really. Come on, man. I don't think it's reasonable for anybody to cheer for an injury. I mean, that's some fucked up shit. I'll be honest, man. I mean, a couple of years ago when I was more of a cunt than I am, if someone said, "Oh, Tottenham players got injured," I'd say, "Good." Now it's just like, fuck. Well, he's gone. I mean, that's less of a problem, but fuck, that sucks for that guy. I mean, maybe it's more of a human empathy, sympathy thing, but there you have it, boys and girls. There you fucking have it. Now, the thing is, everyone wants to stomp on anything in the internet. Because that's how social media works now. Everyone just wants to shit on everything. But when good things happen, we should applaud them. We should. I mean, people just all the fucking time want to be negative and shit, but it's like, no, man. Positive shit happens, I'm gonna clap. Like my boy Cody Bellinger of the Los Angeles Dodgers getting a Gold Glove. Cody's been excellent all year. And it's unfortunate that he's probably not going to win NL MVP. But guess what? He did fantastic. And he should be rewarded for that level of greatness. Unfortunately, it didn't translate well in the playoffs. But hello, darkness, my old friend. I come to talk with you again. It's about the fucking Dodgers. When the fuck are we going to ever win? Probably another 31 more fucking years. I've had fans of Dodgers, die before they reach the World Series. Oh my God. I don't even know, man. I don't even know. We don't know the future. We don't. But when there are signs of the future in front of you, you should kind of take a look at it and see if it's viable. And I'll tell you this, boys and girls, Luka Doncic is the next one. Luka Doncic, player for the Dallas Mavericks, will be, I repeat, will be the next great player in the NBA. And I don't mean great just like a regular all-star. I don't mean that shit. I think he's going to be the face of this league. His tenacity, his energy, his ball playing skill, man. I love Luka Doncic, man. I love watching this kid play. And I'm going to be headed to Dallas next month. And, you know, the whole idea now of traveling for me is taking my mother out, you know, to these other states, you know, in this beautiful country of ours, and see the different kind of culture and perspective that other cities, other parts of the world, at least in this world, in the United States, can show us. And really, what I want to see in Dallas, which again, it's my second time going to Dallas. I mean, and if we get cheap tickets, it's to see Luka Doncic in action. Because this kid's amazing, dude. I mean, come on. Guys, if you're at this point as a basketball fan and watching, you know, this season unfold and just hoping for Luka Doncic to do poorly, it's like, all right, you're either another Texas fan or you're just an asshole, which at this point don't really see the difference. Sorry, guys, but seriously, this kid's doing amazing. He had another night, a back-to-back night, mind I tell you, Jesus. Sometimes words don't formulate right, because is it the weed? Maybe, but it is also fatigue. It was deep sleep night, boys and girls. I mean, I got fucking a shit ton of sleep like a baby, because we had all the NFL action all day. And yes, I won't lie to you, I stayed home and watched fucking 14 plus hours of football. I can't make that shit up. Like 14 plus hours. I'm watching the fucking 6:30 a.m. London game all the way till the end of the Patriots game. And that's when I fucking knocked the hell out. I think it was around 7 or 8 p.m. around then. I knocked the fuck out. I was way too tired. At a certain point, when Earl Thomas III got the pick from Tom Brady, I knew it was over. But I'm getting ahead of myself. In Week 9. And so here we go, boys and girls. NFL recap. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Doo-doo. NFL Week 9, boys and girls, started off with the London game. London game? What the fuck? What is wrong with you? Oh, all the weed. All the weed aside, this game was terrible. Houston Texans versus Jacksonville Jaguars in their home of London. Duval, shut up. You can't win in Jacksonville. You can't win in your actual home in London. Like, what are you fucking good for? Oh, Minshew's great. At least you have a fucking bye week to actually process what you just fucking said and wait for Big Dick Nick to drop his big fat cock and just tell everybody, hey, listen, I'm back. Hey, don't worry. I'm back. We're gonna make a run now. Oh, are we gonna start Gardner Minshew or Big Dick Nick? People who actually legitimately ask that question, I feel sorry for you. I really do. I don't know what else to tell you, man. This game was awful. Just to let you know that despite the scoreline of 26-3, this game was fucking awful from both perspectives. And it's just back-to-back turnovers on one drive. And a certain point in the fourth quarter, there was a back-to-back drive of, was it Jacksonville turnover, then Houston turnover, then back Jacksonville turnover within a span of like 2-3 minutes. Absolutely awful game. Hated watching it. Hated being up for it. And I only got 2 hours of sleep. Don't ask me why. I couldn't sleep the night before. Had to go to the fucking gym. And I'm loaded up on caffeine. Couldn't go to sleep for a long time. And I'm pretty sure that's what the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to feel. A sensation of insomnia because of their sheer incompetence. You guys look foolish. As for Houston, I mean, you guys are winning. Good job. Gaining some, momentum in that AFC South. So, best of luck to you. And, by the way, Deshaun Watson's eye popped out. Looks so fucking creepy. It looks so fucking creepy. Yeah, his left eye looked really lazy. It just popped out in red. I genuinely asked myself, watching this game, from the first quarter till the end, why the fuck did I wake up to watch this stupid ass game? Because I could have just woken up for all the fucking 10 a.m. games. And most of them were fine. Most of them were fine. Let's start with the Washington-Buffalo game. Washington 9, Buffalo 24. And boys and girls, listen. Oh, I'm a little close up in my skin there. But relative to this is live skin. The Redskins are dead skins. Jesus Christ, dude. You realize that Washington has a seemingly decent enough defense. But you also have to realize, Buffalo's offense looked really stifled and limited. They don't look good at all. They look really bang average. And you got the legend Frank Gore. But you got Josh Allen, who's just kind of there. It's just, And unfortunately for Washington, because of how stupid they are, how incompetent they are from top to bottom, despite Adrian Peterson rushing for 100 fucking yards in the first half, they barely gave him the ball in the second half. And he ended with 109 yards in total, which is a travesty. That just shows me, oh, wow, you just thought Dwayne Haskins was going to carry you through this game if you wanted to actually win? Nope. This is absolutely pathetic from Washington. A trash of an organization. They truly are the trash organization of all. As for Buffalo, they get out with a lucky win. Because you beat a trash team. So, good job, Buffalo. I still say Kings of New York. Kudos to you guys. You guys are still the Kings of New York. But, woof. Let's move on to the next game. Speaking of woof. Tennessee Titans, 20. Carolina Panthers, 30. That's right. Panthers win in their own home. And, listen. It's a sloppy game of turnovers, flags, and bad play calling. Right? But inevitably, you see Kyle Allen, you see Christian McCaffrey lead their way through for Carolina. And you just realize, they almost blew it at the end, but Tennessee's terrible. Tennessee, terrible Titans. Triple T's. TTTs. Why do you exist? What are you here for? Aside from Steve McNair, what do you actually do, Titans? Vrabel looks completely out of his element. He looks pathetic. And your record right now is indicative of how piss poor you guys are. Truly. The famous Hall of Famer coach Bill Parcells says, you are what your record shows you. Well, the Titans are just a bag of fucking mediocrity. Which says a lot about this next game, too. The Minnesota Vikings, 23 to Kansas City's 26. Yeah, Matt Moore beat fucking Kirk. Oh, Kirk Cousins is going to be a great. I was being that asshole saying, this is a fluke. He's only finally getting pressured and now coming up to his snuff. Like, really? That's what you're proud of? Like, okay. I fine by me, but really, you're gonna celebrate that? Okay, that's pretty sad. Minnesota fans, what are you gonna do with Kirk? Like, seriously, well, I'm genuinely asking, what are you gonna do with Kirk? This guy's not the answer. He never has been. Those 4 or 5 games where he fooled you into thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be great. Like, he's not. He's like being average. You paid $84 million for that? As for Kansas, man, good for you. Good on you guys. Patrick Mahomes is just a week or 2 away from coming back. And you win at home on a tough game against Vikings on a field goal. Man, kudos to you guys. You have Patrick Mahomes just celebrating all over, having a good fucking time. Damian Williams with that 91-yard touchdown. I mean, that was beautiful, by the way. And typical narrative. Yeah, Minnesota blew it late. Fucking dead carcass that they are. They always fucking blow it late. And speaking of blowing it, oh God. Oh my fucking God. The New York Jets took on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Dan Marino was there, by the way. Yeah, the legendary Dan Marino. The butt fumble lost 18-26 in Miami. What the fuck? You know what's funny? I actually wrote on here. I actually had visible proof. Notes right here. Oh, no, it's right here. Early feeling New York Jets may butt fumble themselves into a loss. I actually wrote that in the first quarter. I can't fucking believe they lost that bad. Sam Darnold looks cooked. I feel terrible for this guy. I can't fucking believe it. Sam Darnold doesn't even look like half the fucking quarterback he was last season. That ghost shit really got into his fucking psyche. Hard Rock Stadium started playing Ghostbusters after Sam threw an interception. That's just fucking salt on the wound, son. And this is the thing. Miami gets their first win, but why? Why are you trying to win? You just gave the Cincinnati Bengals the lead in that number 1 overall pick run. Congratulations. Cincinnati completely embraced the tank at one point about a couple days ago when they benched Andy Dalton on his fucking birthday, which, fuck them. But Miami, you suck. You truly suck on every level. Like, this level of incompetence to tank proper it's a travesty. And the Jets are just hilarious. Like, what more can you say about the Jets right now? Like, what can you tell me about the Jets that I don't know? They're a butt fumble. They're an embarrassment. They're a joke. They always fuck their quarterbacks. New year, same Jets. New year, new me. No, it's not. New year, same Jets. You guys are a fucking butt fumble of an organization. Holy fuck, you're an embarrassment, man. You're an embarrassment. You ruined Sam Darnold. I'm sorry. I think you just completely ruined Sam Darnold at this point. Will he come back if he goes to another team? Yeah. If he goes to another team, he'll probably get better. Oh my God, I fucking hate the Jets. They're an embarrassment, man. Fucking piss me off. Just like the Bears. Holy fuck, Bears. What the fuck? Okay, so the Bears lose 14-22, but don't let the scoreline deceive you. Okay? I had to recheck this because I can't believe that this actually happened in the game. 18-0 in favor of Philadelphia until the near end of the third quarter. Just really wrap your head around that. Mitchell Trubisky, Eddie Pinheiro, Matt Nagy, the monsters of the Midway, the mediocrities of the Midway. You guys are fucking pathetic. Holy shit. What was all that fucking chest thumping like, monsters of the Midway? Mild mediocrities of the Midway. Moo. Your bears, you're fucking cows. Lol cows. You roll over, get slaughtered, and everyone fucking laughs about it. Philadelphia, congratulations. You found your fucking backbone finally. You finally found your fucking backbone finally. And just to, solidify the salt there, you own Chicago. You basically own Chicago at this point. From the playoff double doink to this, you own Chicago. My God. Chicago should feel embarrassed. They should. Just like both teams of this next game. All right, listen. I'm gonna sound like a little salty ass bitch, and that's my MO. I'm a salty little bitch. Hence, we're going in for our seconds. But what I'm also going to go in for is some berating of the Indianapolis Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Despite the scoreline saying, hey, Pittsburgh won 26-24, I think both teams are losers in this game. With the Colts, Jacoby Brissett goes down early. Look like an MCL, seemingly. Possibly a knee. But you put in Brian Hoyer, who everyone thinks, really? Brian fucking Hoyer? Despite the one interception, the pick six, Brian Hoyer threw 3 interceptions and led the team down the field many times. This man was dangerous all game. And to the credit of Indianapolis, they were alive every single step of the way, even when Pittsburgh got ahead. And this is where an unfortunate bit of circumstances for Adam Vinatieri on a horrible day for him. Just missing extra pointers and missing a game-winning field goal, which was 43 yards. Laces out. And Vinatieri's a legend. Guys, listen. I feel like when I'm quote-unquote dropping knowledge, it's more like just stating common sense. Adam Vinatieri is the greatest of all time. Like, we have witnessed one of the greatest kickers of all time. Yet, we're in this point in the NFL and in the league where it's such a result-oriented league, of course. But we can't respect the guy. I still respect Adam Vinatieri, I do. But this is just really sad to watch. This is sad to watch. Like, you're seeing a guy just kind of peek out. Like, it sucks to watch this. It really does. But the Colts shot themselves in the foot. Despite great defensive work, I mean, you got Darius Leonard just, beautiful stuff. As always. And you had Marlon Mack doing damage. Tight ends like Ebron doing work. But you shot yourselves in the foot, man. You did. And this is where I'm going to talk about the Steelers. Steelers, don't pat yourselves on the back on this game. This game was pathetic. Mike Tomlin going for those 2 challenges on the passer interference. Like, what the fuck? It's the same thing I say with Pete Carroll. Like, you're not going to win that challenge. Why are you going for that challenge? You're not going to win it. You're just doing it to do it and cause it loss of a timeout. And Tomlin looked fucking clueless. Like, the play calling looked absolutely benign in the worst moments. And then at the best, it was like, oh, God, you got lucky because that talent can carry you through most situations. Guys like McDonald, Juju. But, man, I really don't think this team is a contender at all. As for the Colts, I mean, they're still good within their division. I think they could still get a lot of good looks and a lot of good chances to get ahead on that division. But the Steelers, I don't know, man. I wouldn't count on anything if I were them. I just say, all right, man, this is just a rebuilding year. Let's see how we can do. In close games like that, good on you. You won, but I wouldn't make much out of it. I think a lot of fortunate circumstances for the Steelers. Unfortunate and shooting themselves in the foot moments for the Colts. So there's your salt. There's your little salt. Right? Because I'm full of it. I'm full of salt. After watching these guys almost blow it yesterday at home. And yes, the Steelers are a mortal enemy. They are. But I care about the week to week. I do. And on week 9, the Seahawks hosted the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bruce Arians-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a man who has a 4-1 record coming into this game, in CenturyLink Field, the most out of any head coach in the Pete Carroll era. And the Seahawks are able to fart out a 40-34 win in overtime. Holy shit! Jameis Winston, other than the one fumble, other than that one turnover, he was magnificent. I'm not going to shit talk Jameis in this game. Yeah, I don't really care for the guy's character. I don't care for his off the fucking field antics that he was fucking, infamous for. But guess what? In the game, he was great. He fucked us over a lot. And shit, man, I'm looking at that Seattle defense and thinking, really? This is it? With all our talent right there in that front seven alone, it's like, really? This is all we can do? Oh, that's right. Our corners are a bunch of children compared to elite receivers. Like Mike Evans made Shaquille Griffin and Trey Flowers look like fucking children yesterday. Oh my God. Not to mention our safeties are kind of like, ugh. Like Duke is great, but and I'm not shitting on Blair. I'm just frustrated at how many fucking yards and points this defense is giving up. It's unbelievable. And the only reason why we got all these fucking wins is because of one guy. And his name should be MVP. And I know, I'm not stupid. I know it's not just fucking one guy. I know in those close moments in the game, it's the defensive work. It's the O-linesman. It's the defensive line. It's the special teams. There's so many minutia details of the game, of course, I understand. But in the grand scheme of things, guess who's pulling us out of our fucking asses? Russell Wilson! For years, as a Seattle fan, I've been defending Russell Wilson. I have actual Seattle fans who are friends who have been criticizing Russell Wilson, like, oh, he's terrible. Even fans who are not Seattle fans of football, just saying, oh, Russell Wilson's not a good quarterback. He's like the second coming of Steve Young. Like, what are you talking about, dude? What are you talking about? Like, I look at old tapes of Roger Staubach, and I'm like, oh, wow, that's like Russell Wilson stuff. But Russell Wilson does it better. Russell Wilson's MVP. 5 touchdowns on the day. And in total, throughout the season, he has 22 touchdowns and 1 interception. Like, 1 interceptions. Okay? You can't even pluralize that shit. 1. 22 TDs, 1 interception. And people still say, hey, Rodgers is the MVP. Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. Really, idiot? Yeah. 22 touchdowns, 1 interception. Those numbers actually never exist, right? Like outside of like Madden or college football. But here we are, Russell Wilson putting up these numbers. Casually, I might add. Casually. Holy shit, Russell Wilson is amazing. I saw this guy live last week. in person in Atlanta. It was amazing watching him do work. And watching him week to week perform like this, it's an incredible thing. It's an incredible thing. And Seattle fans should count themselves lucky that we got a great quarterback like that. And shout out to Jacob Hollister. Shout out to Jacob Hollister for that winning touchdown there. Great run by him. Great run after the catch to get himself into the end zone for that touchdown. Great effort. And so Seattle wins in overtime. And I aged like 8 years because of that shit. Pretty sure Detroit fans can say the same thing just watching a single season. Well, probably 60 years by a single season by that math. Because, holy shit, they are bad. The Detroit Lions are bad. The Oakland Raiders grab a deserved win, 31-24. A deserved win, which they almost blew. Almost blew. But one of their last few home games before they moved to Las Vegas, and they delivered. Kudos to the Raiders, man. Kudos to the Raiders. Running game was solid. Derek Carr looked solid. Special teams came up big. And the Detroit Lions are... What more do I have to say about you fuckers? What more do I have to say about you fuckers at this point? You're miserable people. Stating the obvious here, right? Detroit sports is just... I feel for them, I do. It is a cursed sports franchise city. Nothing more to say. Because you got your ass kicked by Oakland. Now, this is where the AFC West gets really interesting. The Denver Broncos beat the Cleveland Browns 24-19. And yeah, I'm bummed. I'm bummed out. As a Baker Mayfield fan, I'm bummed out. Bummed out for Baker. Bummed out for the Browns. Bummed out that all they can do is shoot field goals. All Freddie Kitchens can do is get horned up about going on fourth down each and every single fucking time he gets a chance. Bummed out at the fact that this Cleveland defense can't hold anything. I genuinely thought Cleveland was going to be better this year. I did. Lots of expectations, great pieces, but watching a lot of these games in and out, you're thinking, wow, there's a lot of things missing here. O-line, that secondary is kind of questionable at most times. And then you got the fat douchebag in head coaching who just sucks. He sucks. He's terrible. There's no way to get around him. Freddie Kitchens is terrible. I can't believe I defended this guy. He is just awful. And all the ire is going to be on Baker. That's the unfortunate part of all of this. I love Baker Mayfield. I think this kid is getting more shit than he deserves. But in a certain way, I get why people are so upset. I get why people get their fucking panties in a bunch, like Colin Cowherd, every douchebag in ESPN, every asshole who thinks they're a fucking voice of the sports media when they're shitting on Baker. I'm a brave guy. Yeah, you're probably the douchebag that, Baker probably bullied in high school or some shit. Or a typical jock like Baker bullied in high school. So you fucking nerds are getting your fucking panties in your bunch because you're fucking projecting. Right? But the reality of Baker Mayfield is just a fucking kid in his second year of a career that he loves doing, and he's not doing well. Okay, can we recognize that? This is just a dude trying to do his job. But things aren't going right. You ever have that in real life, motherfucker? Yeah? Then show some fucking sympathy, you dickhead. Holy fuck. Oh no, Baker's all arrogant. This guy had to fucking come up from nothing. He built himself up. And maybe guys like that tend to have a chip on their shoulder. Everyone loves to suck off Antonio Brown. And we all recognize that he's a cancer. Because he did it in a completely different way, by the way. I mean, the way he imploded is completely different. But Baker's just trying to figure himself out, and we're just kind of shitting all over him because it's fun and it's easier. Most of you people are fuckboy and fuckgirl assholes. Go fuck yourselves. Sitting in your fucking comfy chairs and like berating all the fucking star athletes that are just trying to do their fucking job. Like, yeah, you do that shit. No, you can't. Shut up. Aren't you the fat guy who's like berating the Miami Dolphins? Yeah. Because as professional athletes, they should hold to a higher standard. Like, I'm sorry. Isn't that the philosophy that you're like pushing on our faces all the time? I'm throwing logic back at everybody. That's my whole thing here. Okay? I'm all about honesty. I tell you how I feel. I tell you how I see things. And what I see is a Denver team that, why are you trying? Why aren't you tanking? And a Cleveland team that is just depressing to fucking just witness in real life. It is so sad to watch this shit happen unfold. Doubly so because defensive back Jermaine Whitehead of the Cleveland Browns goes on a Twitter tirade, racist rants, death threats, sending stupid ass things on the Twitterverse and getting cut this morning. Yeah. The Browns are a mess right now. Oh. And I hate to see it. I really hate to see it. I really want the Browns to do well. And whenever people ask me, like, oh, why do you like the Browns so much? There's only two names I need to mention. Paul Brown and Jim Brown. If you don't know those two names, go look it up. Go look it up. Do some fucking research. Google exists, motherfuckers. Paul Brown and Jim Brown. If you love football, Cleveland Browns. Two names. Fucking ingrates, all of you. Fucking peasants. Homeless peasants. Much like the Los Angeles Chargers. Who hosted the Green Bay Packers, yes. In name only. But they did win 26-11 in their home. And the reason why I call them the homeless Chargers is because when you look at their stadium, it's all green. It's all Packers fans. And the Packers lost the home game. Aaron Rodgers looked terrible. Yeah. Sorry, fanboys. He looked bad yesterday. He did. Offense was completely stifled by the Chargers. And their run game actually delivered. Wow. Good job, Chargers. You're actually performing for some odd reason. And the AFC West just got very interesting. Raiders won, Broncos won, Chargers won, Kansas won. Holy shit. It's going to be real fun. It's going to be some real tight division races down the road here. And, you know, you look at all the big pictures in the NFC and the AFC, and for a long time we've said, oh, the Patriots are going to go on this unprecedented run to capture the AFC and go to the AFC Championship. I still believe the Patriots will host the AFC Championship. I still believe the Patriots will probably win the AFC Championship and head to the Super Bowl again. But they showed they are mortal. They showed that they are mortal yesterday. The Baltimore Ravens destroyed the New England Patriots 20-37. As much as I'm saying right now, the Patriots will make it to the AFC Championship. They'll probably still win the AFC Championship. They'll win they're going to win their division, no fucking problem. Despite all of that, they looked mortal yesterday. And I get excited when I see Tom Brady. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I like greatness. Sorry, everybody. But I enjoy it when Tom Brady gets on the field. He's like an old man just getting excited. He just loves what he does. And yeah, it's kind of weird that he kisses people in the mouth, but like, dude, he's artist at work. You know, greatness in work. But he looked awful. He looked awful yesterday. Shout out to my guy, Earl Thomas. Earl Thomas III. Baltimore Ravens safety. You know, of the Seattle Seahawks. Unbelievable stuff yesterday. Turnovers after turnovers. Lamar Jackson, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing touchdown. This guy did everything yesterday. Unstoppable. Unstoppable. Now, here's the thing. Everyone says, oh my God, the Baltimore Ravens are going to win everything now. No, stop. You understand the Patriots now have played you once. And that's all they need. And you can see a visibly frustrated Bill Belichick. You can definitely tell he's going to get pissed and go on a tear. Yeah. And they'll still probably win their division. Have a fucking home game every step of the way. And then win the AFC Championship and make everybody miserable again. Because that's the Patriots. That's the Patriots way. Fucking the league. That was depressing. Yes, it was. But let's end it there. It's been a long one. It's been a long one because the NFL was gracious and gave us so much content. So boys and girls, I'll leave it at that. Follow me at the Sky Lounge and all the links in the description below. Like, comment, subscribe for more daily contents. Now fuck off.